Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome in to Coaching Conversations with yours truly, Master Coach Kimberly Jones. I am so glad that you guys are on tonight. We have a special night, a special conversation in store for you as we open up this topic of coaching and hear from some of the top coaching professionals that are out there. Now, I can say that I know it firsthand because the coaches that I interview, the coaches that I chat with, and those so far that I've chatted with have been products of the Living on Purpose coaching certification program. And so I can say firsthand that we have some of the best coaches around. And so for those of you that are on tonight, you wanna stay tuned in, and you want to also invite others to come in and join us as we chat it up about coaching, what it means to be a coach, the process for becoming certified, all of those good things. And then we'll get a little peek into just some of the personal insight that our coaches bring as they share their process, their journey, and what it is that God has called them to do. For those of you who are coming on for the first time, my name is Kimberly Jones. I have my coaching hat on. I am the CEO of Living on Purpose Life and Empowerment Coaching, and also the creator of the Living on Purpose Coaching Certification Program. And I am so proud of this program and what it has done, what it has created in the earth. I'm telling you, we have been able to certify coaches from all over the world, and it only gets better and better with each passing class and seeing our coaches operate in their lane. Man, it has just been a blessing to me. And tonight, we're going to bring on stage, we're going to bring on stage none other than the amazing Coach Charlene Smith. Y'all come on, put your hands together. Put your hands together. Y'all know how we do it as we bring Coach Charlene onto the stage. How are you, darling?
I am wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
I am doing well. I'm excited about our conversation tonight as we chatted up just a few moments here and share with the world, first of all, what coaching is all about, who you are as a coach, your process and journey as a coach, and Listen, I know your journey, I know your process. So I know it's a powerful, powerful story, a powerful testimony that you'll share maybe a little tidbit tonight as we move forward in our conversation. But before we jump all the way in, I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, let the people know who you are, what you do, what's the name of your business, all of that good stuff.
All right. Well, thank you. First, I want to thank you for the honor to be on this platform. It is such an honor always to share the stage with my spiritual mom, Apostle Kimberly Jones. But I am Coach Charlene Smith. I am the co-founder of Breaking the Mode LLC. This is where we're going to break the mode. We're going to take you out of, that mode that you set yourself to, your limits, not having a voice, being afraid, not thinking that you're enough. You're more than enough. You're more than a conqueror of everything that God has set forth for you. So that was Breaking the Mode is all about. I am a healthcare worker. I find myself coaching my team, in the management position. I used to be a cheer coach for 15 years. So I've walked in this, but going through the program just fine-tuned the training to really expound and move out into a bigger arena in what God has called me to do. So that is who I am.
I love it. I love that. Move out into a bigger arena. Yes. I always say that your rate of elevation, success, and progression is directly correlated with what you are exposed to. So, depending on the things, the people, the places, and the things that you are exposed to, it's really going to dictate, how far you go. It's going to dictate the kind of goals that you set and what level of vision you're going to have, because the more you see, the more you know, and the more you're aware of. So I like that, that it has brought you into a bigger arena. There are some folks that are on tonight and those that will watch this by replay. And, I just really want to set the stage for you all as you join us tonight to understand the importance and the gravity of the season that we're in, and how coaching is a solution for times like these. Now, I know a lot of folks think that coaching is, like counseling or consulting or mentoring, and I'm sure that Charlene will talk about some of that tonight. But it's a discipline in and of itself. It stands alone, and it is for those individuals who are ready to get unstuck and move from where they are to where it is that God has ordained for them to be. So many people are out there stuck right now because of what's going on in the world. So many people are stuck because of the pandemic. So many people are stuck because they have experienced loss and are really in this place of grief and disappointment and discouragement. And so there's a great need right now. There's a great need for coaches. And I love this whole discipline. I love what I do. One of my favorite things to do is to come alongside individuals like Charlene who know, what, I have a gift. I have a special something that will make a difference in somebody's life. Charlene, how did you come to the resolve that you fell into that category of having that something that would help other people along their journey to purpose?
One of the major things that I knew that I had that gift was I kept being sought after. That was the major clicker. Because, amongst friends, referrals from friends, that was, I think, the aha moment for me. And then when I thought back over, when I saw one of your, actually, when I first joined the church with you, and you started talking about the coaching program, and I really started, following you, I said, wait a minute, I'm already doing this. So why not go into business and really do it and expound on the gift and training that is offered for me to really move out into this coaching thing that I'm already doing. So I am just like ecstatic just to know that I'm walking in the purpose, one of the purposes that God has given me.
Yeah.
Because it all intertwines. And
Mm,
I find that even when I'm ministering, I'm coaching, it's
that's
like you got
good.
to flip off those different hats,
That's
you
good.
know, but at the same time, it's all fine tuning every gift that God has in me.
Yeah. Yeah, you said a lot of good stuff, a lot of great stuff. One of the things that jumped out is that you were being sought after, that you were already doing what coaches do, right? That's what you said. And that is one of the common denominators with so many people who are attracted to the Living on Purpose coaching certification program. They are attracted to the fact that they don't have to change into something else,
Mhm.
somebody else. They don't have to put on a mask. They can show up in their natural habitat, right? In
Right.
their natural way of being, and it will be a perfect fit. It will be a perfect fit. You said it. You said people were coming to you. You were already doing it, and so you had all of the pieces to the puzzle. What do you think the program added to what you already had?
It just gave me more of an insight, clarity on how to really hone in on the strategic planning of it, and not just coming off a whim. More discipline in how I approach coaching and how I coach my clients. Um, say for instance, I ask them, I'm a solutionist. So I said, okay, where do you want to see yourself? Because I want to look from it as God. I want to look from the end to the beginning. So this is where you want to be. This is where you are. So let's find those steps,
Yes.
because you're going to tell me where you want to go. And guess what? We're going to make those steps to go ahead and do those to get to the end goal of where you want to be.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a solutionist. Talk, I'm going to let you continue with that train of thought. That's powerful. What does that mean?
Meaning that if we focus on the fear factor, if we focus on the problem of why we're not being able to do it, what is really stopping you? You
Mm,
want to go out, you want to be able to, I'll put it in simplest terms, you may want to go out and be able to speak in front of people. What's holding you back?
wow.
What's holding
Wow.
you back? What's that fear? Okay, so you want to be speaking in front of people, so talk to me as if I'm those people. Let's walk this thing out. Start writing it down, what you want to say. Hit the bullet points. There's different ways to do it. Look over their heads. Don't look at their faces. It's a way to get over that fear factor. That's not to say you won't be nervous,
Yeah.
but you won't allow it to stop you from getting to your end goal of public speaking.
That's good. That's good. One of the important things and one of the major tenets of coaching, one of the major pillars in the coaching process is being able to ask the right questions. You just asked or posed a powerful coaching question when you simply said, "What is stopping you?" That's a gold mine. That is a gold mine. When you sit in front of a client and you see yourself as a solutionist, as you stated, and you begin to ask powerful questions, because that's, as I said, one of the pillars of coaching.
Mhm.
Um, what is it that you look for in order to identify whether or not your client is um, successfully garnering what it is that you have to offer as a coach? How do you know when they're getting it? How do you know that?
Well, a lot of times I start to see the change, the inflection sometime in their tone of how they respond. That their body language, all of that. I'm looking at everything that would change, and then they'll start coming up with, you know what, I can do this, I can do that. They start coming up with everything, and I don't have to pull it out of them. I don't have to always ask the question, because now their wheels are starting to turn. All I need to do is ignite the fire, and
Yes.
they take off.
Yes.
So that is when I really know that they're getting it.
Yeah.
Now they can really take control of
Yeah.
where they're trying to go.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. When you see them participating in their process, when they start coming up with ideas, when you ask questions and then they begin to be creative and putting options on the table for themselves. One thing that I always say is that the best solution is the one that you come up with yourself, the idea that you create, because now you've spent time in researching and meditating on it, and looking and digging within yourself and even in your surroundings to find out what is stopping me, and whatever's been stopping me, how can I move it out of the way, and how can I begin to, like you said, come up with these ideas that's going to launch me forward and see me moving in that trajectory that gets me closer to my destiny, the place that God has called for me. That's one of the things that I love about the discipline of coaching. For those of you who are watching, my name is Coach Kimberly Jones. I have Coach Charlene Smith on with me tonight, and we're talking about this whole coaching discipline. We're talking about the Living on Purpose Coaching Certification Program. We're talking about all the wonderful things that Coach Charlene is doing as a result of stepping out of the boat and saying yes to the process of becoming certified. But one of the major things that I want you all to get who are listening tonight is that if you are considering being a coach, or if you are presently seeking to be coached, what Coach Charlene just said is a mouthful. It's a mouthful. When you are really being coached properly, it will push you to actively participate in your process of success. It will push you to actively participate in coming up with creative ideas, setting your own goals, and doing the work that is necessary to see your end product actually come to fruition. And so, Coach Charlene is talking about that. I want her to kind of talk about her process of becoming certified and what that was like. Let's talk about the coaching certification program for a moment.
My coaching certification program was totally different. Totally different. Y'all could go at your own pace. You could do the 8-week, whatever the case may be, but I had to do it in one day. One day. However, I did it the 1-day certification back in December of 2017. 2017. Oh my goodness. Wow. And it was an all-day process. And it was a very intense process. It was a very unusual process. However, it was necessary for God to do it that way for me. Because like I stated, I was already walking in it. Now I just needed that training. And it's still an ongoing learning experience. It's still an ongoing training. And I'm appreciating everything even after the official certification of continuing to learn this thing. Because let me tell you, I am my first client. I've had to
love that.
myself through some things like, girl, what are you doing? What is holding you back? What is stopping you? So I have always, I coach myself every day, like, come on now, let's get it in gear. We got to do this. Write down your goals. I have to coach myself.
Wow.
So it's a continual process.
Wow. It is an ongoing, I understand what you mean. I coach myself every day too. Charlene, I know exactly what you mean. And it is an ongoing process of self-discovery and being really honest with yourself about where you are and about, whether or not you're really putting forth the effort and doing the things that are necessary in order for you to succeed. A lot of people, they have lofty goals and lofty dreams, and, they have everything. They have all of the equipment, all of the skill set, everything that's necessary, but they fail to launch. They failed to launch in their purpose. They failed to launch in their business. They failed to launch in their ministry. They're sitting around waiting for somebody to do it for them when the only one that can push the button is them. But as a coach, we help people to identify, like you said, why aren't you pushing the button? What are your fears? Why haven't you launched yet? What is it that's going to make you feel more comfortable? And it's going to push you into activation. Because I know you're active. I know you have activated. You went through the 1-day coaching certification program, and I do offer it in a 1-day format. Haven't done that in a while, but I will soon. But we also have a 8-week format. And we're going to start a new one on Monday, June 20th. You see the information scrolling at the bottom of the screen there. But it's an 8-week process. And I love what Charlene talked about, how she coaches herself and how she's in need of coaching. And the program, what I loved about the program and what I still love about the program is that it does 2 things. It prepares the coach to coach, and it also gives the coach an opportunity to be coached. Talk about that.
Yes. Let me tell you, the community that we are in, you always have a coach around you, and you can't stay stagnant in this community. And I know that I will call you Master Coach, and I mean, you will sit up there and you'll be like, okay, Charlene, so what's the end game? What's going on? Why haven't you done it? What's stopping you? No, they set a hard date, So a coach needs a coach, because we sometimes get stagnant in our little, our things of our personal issues or our personal circumstances, situations, because we're so focused on the client that we neglect what our goals are. We neglect what God has said to do in what we're supposed to be doing in our own personal lives. So that's why we need a coach, because we can be so focused, laser focused on something else, our clients, and miss the mark on our stuff.
Wow.
So you definitely need a coach.
Wow, that's good. That's good. So tell us a little bit about your actual business and how that's impacted your life, like launching out, starting your business. And I know there's also something else that came along with that, with becoming an author. Talk about that.
Yeah. You know what? Launching out, and I'm gonna be very transparent. When I got certified, I sat on it. I sat on it for a while because I still needed to be coached. I felt as though I'm like, what am I doing? I don't understand this technology thing. I don't know how to market myself. I don't know how to do these courses. I'm like, come on, there got to be something more to this. I'm stuck. And once you really started talking about starting the academy, and I might be jumping here, I was like, okay, this is my opportunity. And just being around other coaches and being inspired.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I got to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a coach that's left behind, but at the same time, I want it to be fulfilling. I want to be on purpose and intent in what I'm called to do. And what I'm called to do is to pull those women that are fearful, that are stuck, that feels not self-worth, that, feel as though they're not enough, that they have low self-esteem, that doesn't understand what they see in themselves. They don't see their self-worth. They don't know how to look in the mirror and smile and be happy of who they are. That is what breaking the mold is, because a lot of times we look at the media, we look at what other people say about us, or what has been spoken to us. You're never going to be anything, whatever the case may be. We want to break that mold off of you. Good. And propel you and give you the true authentic identity that God has said you are. He said that you are apple of his eye. He said you are a royal priesthood. He said you are a chosen generation. He said you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes. He said you are beautiful. He calls you all of this, daughter of God. And that's what we are trying to break the mold and expose.
Wow. Wow. That is so powerful. You know, I've coached a lot of people and been connected to a lot of people. My heart is women's ministry and women's empowerment. As you were just talking, I was thinking about how many people, women especially, I have encountered who are trying to keep the mold together, who are trying to mimic and trying to duplicate what they see and maybe even admire in someone else, when there is an authentic and an original um, masterpiece that will be reflected through their lives if they will only live that life, come out of the box and break that mold. That is a powerful concept for coaching. I'm a visual person. When I think of breaking the mold, I just see this whole mold just being shattered, and an individual just walking out of that. It's time for that. And it's time for us to really allow our faith to work for us in a practical way. You started quoting scriptures as a coach. You started pulling in your faith in your language about what you do. That is one of the things that I absolutely love about the Living on Purpose coaching certification program. And I just love that about being able to be a coach who loves Jesus. Okay. Like I don't have to separate and put my faith on the shelf, and the way that I have been trained and the way that I train others, we can operate in any capacity and still not have to compromise who we are as people of God. Is that the truth, Charlene? Talk about
that. That is such liberty. I don't have to constrain myself, and I can walk freely in this coaching and still, honor God, still represent who He is, still be that ambassador in Christ. So I don't try to hide it.
Right.
I speak it, and if I'm the coach for you, you're going to hear it.
Right. Right. I love that, because we don't have to, as I said, be someone else, morph into something else. We can let and allow our clients to know right up front, this is who I am. But yet and still, I have coached people who, haven't believed the same thing that I believe. I have coached people who were not Christians. I have coached in business settings, where I didn't have a Bible or a scripture, but I lived it. I lived it. I spoke it, and I still do. And I'm sure you understand what I'm saying, is that when you know that you know that when you are not afraid to let your light shine before men, no matter what you're doing, whether it's your business, whether you're out in the marketplace, whether you're walking down the street, when you're not afraid to let your light shine, it's amazing to me how God will open up opportunities for you to be able to share in so many different capacities as a coach.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, and I think I told you this testimony before, that I got a promotion. But in that promotion, before I even thought about applying, my name was in the room.
Wow.
My name was in the room because of my character, my work ethic. But guess who instilled that in me? It wasn't nothing but God, because I worked to serve Him.
Wow.
And when you work to serve Him, your name will be in the room, and you're not even physically there.
Wow. Wow. That your name is being spoken in rooms that you are not even aware of. I just think I did a post earlier today, and I was talking about purpose. Of course, the name of my company is Living on Purpose Life and Empowerment Coaching. The name of the coaching certification program is Living on Purpose Coaching Certification Program. And the name of the business is Living on Purpose Life and Empowerment Coaching. Purpose, 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 purpose. I believe that, purpose is not not what you do, it's who you are. Your purpose, like when you know purpose, and I get so excited when I talk about purpose, so I'm going to try not to get overly excited. But when you know your purpose, your world is different. When you know what God has called you to do, and then you start doing it, everything around you transforms. When you can wake up every day and do what you love to do, like you're talking about, you're in a corporate position, you're in a professional position, but you still can use your faith, you can use your gift, you can use your training right where you are. You can operate in purpose no matter where you are, who's around. It just exudes from you, and your life is made better, and the lives of those who are around you are made better. Who have you been able to impact as a coach? You talked a little bit about some of it, but who else have you been able to impact as a coach?
You know what? My kids.
Oh, nice.
My kids, they're all grown. However, they still seek my advice or help them plan. They talk things out with me. They say, okay, mommy, I want to do this. Okay, so how do you want to get to this? Let's write this down. And they said, okay. And I mean, like I said, they're grown. So they're still writing down their goals. They're writing down the plans. And they said, okay, what do you think about this? Okay, all right. So how do you want to get from here to here? Yeah. What's in between that? We're about to get very detailed in this, because you can have plans, but then you have the sub plans.
Yes.
To get to that next plan. So I think my kids have been the biggest impacted with me coaching, because it, like I said, even with the training, it just helped fine tune and have me more disciplined in helping my clients. And my clients is me, my kids, whomever, my grandkids, all of them. But my kids, it's very heartwarming to see that they still seek their mother in that capacity.
Wow, that's beautiful. I remember when I still do it. Justin is in his going into his last year of college. But I remember when he was in high school, we used strategic planning all the time. All the time, because he was one of those kids where he was doing this and that and this and that, just involved in everything, and at the same time having to juggle keeping those grades up and doing what it is that he needed to do. And so I would pull out a strategic plan outline in a second, and he would have all of his stuff up on the walls, and knowing exactly what needed to be done. And those are some of the disciplines, or some of the strategies, should I say, that we're able to equip our clients with. We're able to, like you said earlier, I love the word solutionist, that we're able to offer that push and that walking alongside, of our clients. We walk with them. We don't do the work, but, we walk alongside them, encouraging them, letting them know that they can do it, helping them to excavate some of the creativity, some of the ideas, some of the genius that's on the inside of them as coaches. And I love that, because, we're not trying to coach somebody for the rest of their life. The wonderful thing about coaching is that we are always working ourselves out of a client, because they become so self-sufficient from the tools and from the equipping that they get from being coached. That's why I love it. What's one of the greatest fulfillments for you as a coach?
That is because I just I don't want to say ended a coaching relationship with one of my clients. And at the end of that one, another one was coming in. So it's a cycle.
Yes.
And but what I love about her is the transformation from when I first met her
Yes.
to now. She is more outgoing. She's more vocal. She's very confident and sure in herself and what she speaks.
Wow.
And just to see the difference, because before she was very docile, didn't want to, didn't want to talk, but she had a lot to say. And so I just helped her and say, okay, let's try to formulate ways you can say it. How we can just practice on me. Use me as as a tool to practice on.
Yeah.
You can go out there and be able to speak. And I'm telling you, she is doing so wonderful that I cried.
Wow. I understand.
Just to see the transformation as a coach is a life-changing experience.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't ever want to become familiar with that transformation.
Ooh, that's good, Charlene. I don't ever want to become familiar with that transformation. You know what that speaks to? That speaks to your heart of wanting always to be engaged with your client. Every client is different. Every client's process is different. And so to never become familiar, man, what an amazing stance to take to ensure that every client, as far as the excitement is concerned, is just like the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And people know the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like having a baby. You have multiples. Each pregnancy is different. And each expectation is different. I mean, I never, all my pregnancies were different.
Yeah.
And I experienced joy. Nothing was familiar about none of it. Even if you try to compare it, it's no comparison.
Right.
One kid I weighed, more weight. One kid I lost weight. One kid I wanted to just eat chicken fingers. The other child, I just wanted to eat seafood all day. It was totally different.
Right.
And that's the same thing with the coaching. It's totally different. So you want to make sure that each client, you have a genuine, authentic excitement for their, transformation.
Right.
And I just have a heart for that because I just get so much joy just to see them find their solution and really get to their goal.
That's good.
And when they get to their goal, I'm like, you did that.
Yes.
The only thing I did was I just helped you along, but you did all the work. And as my sister Patria said, and I told her I was going to give her credit on this,
yes,
1 or 2 times, is that they put in the sweat currency.
Wow. Wow. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And when they put in that level of sweat currency, they produce such a return on their hard work and a return on their sacrifice. A lot of people, they'll look at the coaching process and they'll just wave it off, and maybe some people are like, oh, I don't want to make an investment. But how can you not make an investment in yourself? How can you not make an investment in yourself that produces results like you talk about? Results where people can say, you know what? I have transformed. I am different. I'm not where I used to be. I don't think the way that I used to think. My whole life has changed. And I know what you're talking about, Charlene. I have seen the same thing. And I see it like in coaches like you. I see it in some of our other coaches that are on. We have Sharetta. Coach Sharetta is on tonight. Let me see if any. Coach Beverly Ann is on tonight, if she's still here. Let's see. Coach Angela Andrews. I see her on if she's still in the room. Coach, who else is on? Coach Elisa Drawn is on. So many coaches that I have watched over the years blossom and develop and get out there and just start changing the world. No one person can do it by themselves. And I know some people might say, well, they might say 1 or 2 things. They might say, well, there's so many coaches. I don't think I want to do that, even though I have all the skill set. People come to me. I'm coaching them anyway. There's too many coaches, but there is not a coach like you.
That part. And the analogy I always give, and I just had a conversation with someone not too long ago, but I said, Publix didn't stop their opening because it was a Kroger's right there, and sometimes they're on the same street.
Yeah.
So somebody is looking for you. They're looking for you. Your voice,
Right.
or your personality, your coaching style. They're looking for you because who's for you is for you.
Wow.
And they're waiting on you. And now they're stuck waiting on you because you haven't taken the opportunity to invest in yourself. That's going to give you, I want to say, 1,000 times return.
Exactly.
And I can't even really put a limit on it. It's going to give you such a return that no monetary value can outweigh. It's priceless. It's priceless.
It is. It is. There's nothing to compare. Nothing to compare. I want you to talk before we get ready to wrap up here. I want you to talk about some of the other things you're doing. You have a book that you've recently written. You're out here. You're just doing it. You're just killing the game. And talk about that for a minute or two.
This book. This is what we're
you better had it. You better had it handy. I would have gotten you.
I know, Mom. Y'all just had a personal moment.
Right.
No, this book, Naked and Unashamed. Let me tell you, this was my sweat currency. I had to put in the work. This book was a deliverance for me, and I know that it has already helped so many people, men and women. I've gotten so much feedback from this book. This book, it's a short read. However, it's a powerful read. And it's just my life journey. It's dealing with that low self-esteem, identity crisis. It's dealing with, not, feeling worthless. It's dealing with, seeking attention from the wrong places. It's dealing with self-destruction, self-rejection. It's dealing with so many things, but it's going to show you how God still had his hand on me. He still had a plan and a purpose for my life. So he did not let me succumb to this. He let me transform from this into who he's called me to be. That's what this book is about.
Wow, that is amazing.
Yes, I am excited. Amazing. I am so excited about this book because I'm actually about to take this to a family reunion and sell it.
Wow, I love it.
Yeah, so yeah,
I love it.
I'm excited. And then I'm also doing the Breaking the Mold handbags that will be launching next month.
Wow.
So I'm getting back into that. And let me tell you, I've gotten so many people asking me about my handbags because I always find them. Now you could come to me for them.
I love it.
We're going to break the mold with these handbags. They're going to be like, oh, you're doing it. You're breaking it, girl. You got it. Yes, ma'am.
That's it. And it's funny how it just takes one seed of obedience to break open opportunities and to burst through different doors. Many times people don't understand, and the enemy doesn't want people to understand that when you take one step, whether it's getting certified with my program, whether it's launching your business like you've done, Charlene, and you've helped so many people, writing a book, it takes just one seed to break open an atmosphere. And I believe that, and this just dropped in my spirit, that for every season, there is a seed that breaks it open. Mm-hmm. For every season, there is a seed. And I believe that those seeds come in the form of taking steps that you haven't taken before, doing things that you haven't done before. You stepped out on a limb. You stepped out of the boat. You said, I'm going to get my certification. Now, what's very interesting is you said you sat on it for a while. But check this out. When a seed is planted in the ground, do you immediately see the fruit of it?
No, man.
I hope y'all getting what I'm saying, because this is hot off the press right here. Okay?
Run around here.
This is how. So when you plant a seed, there is something that begins to work underground before it ever bursts through the surface. that there is work, that there are roots that are being built, that there is a stabilization that you don't even realize. You know, when you write a book, when you start a business, when you go for that position, that higher position, when you start that young adults ministry or that women's ministry. And many times it's just the starting, that seed of starting and that sacrifice that will break open a season. And even if you don't see anything immediately, just the fact that you are obedient, the Bible says if you are willing and obedient, you'll eat the good of the land. You can't eat the good of the land unless it produces something. You can't, there's nothing to eat unless the seed begins to break through and produce fruit. And so it's a process. It's a process. And many people don't want to put forth the effort to start the process. I want to encourage somebody that's watching tonight. This just got real, okay? Not that it wasn't real, but as she was talking about, you know, the things that she's doing, that Charlene's doing, and I began to think about her process and think about her sacrifice to say, you know what? I'm going to do this. And as a result of that, the wheels began to turn and began to turn. And before she knew it, she was a full-blown author, a full-blown entrepreneur with her own business, a full-blown certified coach with clients. I'm just blown away right now because you're a walking, talking, living, breathing testimony to what a little bit of hard work, really a lot of hard work, and a little bit of faith, really a lot of faith, will do and produce in your life. I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, because it even another seed even popped because now I have Breaking the Mold Travel because I'm a travel agent. So it's opening up.
Wow.
So I'm finding myself. I'm actually in the process of starting to do a group travel together. You know, put a group travel together, and I'm coaching them. Not saying that they let me know what they want to see, where they want to be, if they want to be on a beach, a boat, you know, in a whole nother country, where they want to be. But I'm giving them my expertise on it, and I'm coaching them. I'm not giving them, you know, putting my thoughts and ideas personally, trying to persuade them. But that's all about coaching. You tell me as a client what you want, and guess what? I'm gonna go out here and get it.
Wow.
That's all about that business. God didn't open up a whole dam on me.
Right. And that's what that's like it is. It's like a dam bursting open, and this big wave of faith, this big wave of trusting God. You know, this big wave, it's almost like, you know, it's putting one foot in front of the other. Well, if I can do this, I can do this. And that's the thing, y'all. The enemy doesn't ever want you to finish nothing. Okay. Because there is a joy and a sense of satisfaction and a sense of victory that comes at the end of completing something. He doesn't want us to experience that. But when we press through and begin to do things like you've done and getting your certification, now you're doing the bags, now you're doing the travel. Now it's because you just got a little taste of what it feels like to finish something and to be successful and to step out and to be all of that stuff. Is that right?
That's so right. And I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
I'm passionate all about it, and I'm compassionate about it because now I want to do something about it. I love to travel, so why not? You know, I love to coach. Why not? I like handbags. Why not?
Yes.
I like books. Why not? I'm just saying.
I love it.
Why not?
I love it. Why not? Why not? That's another great coaching question. Why not? If you're watching tonight, I want to ask you that question. Why not? Now, I don't know what I'm talking about, but you do. For each and every one of you, it means something different. But I just want why not? Why not? Why aren't you doing what it is you're supposed to be doing? Why aren't you out there writing your book? Why aren't you out there starting your business? Why aren't you stepping out and saying, you know what, I'm going to become a certified personal development coach too? Why not? Why not? The only thing that is stopping you is you. That's the only thing. The only thing that's stopping you is you. We're getting ready. We're getting ready to bring this to an end. I don't want to because it's so good. But Charlene, I just want you to, for a moment, to speak somebody who's watching, who's trying to figure life out, who's trying to figure out their next steps, who's, on the fence about, do I take this step and, get certified as a coach, or do I stay where I am, or whatever, business or whatever. I want you to encourage them just for a few minutes before we shut down the broadcast.
All right. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies or men, hey, she take them all, my question is, why not? What's holding you back? What is holding you back? Take that thing that was holding you back and kick it to the wall, kick it to the door, kick it out the door, and just move forward. It's nothing stopping you. As Master Coach said, it's only you. It's only you. So what better way to provide a better for you is to push whatever that why not out of the way and move forward in what you are supposed to be doing. If you're teetering on being a coach, you need to be a coach.
That's good.
If you're teetering, that's where you need to be. If you feel that unction, go forward. I always say, don't let finances stop you. Don't let other people stop you. All it takes is a conversation. All it takes is a phone call, an email, whatever the case may be. Move forward in whatever you need to do. If you want to start your own business, go get an LLC. Go do it. That's the first step. That is the first step. If you want to be a coach, make sure you go on to KimberlyJonesGlobal.com and get certified. Because let me tell you, there's more after the certification. Certification is just the first step. There's so much more. It's going to open up a whole world to you that it's going to change your perspective on things. It's going to change your outlook, your language, how you deal with different people. You're going to start seeing past the exterior and work on the interior. You're going to be like, oh my God, they need a coach.
Wow.
So I just implore you to go ahead and take that step. Why not? What is stopping you? Don't let it stop you. Identify it, break it, move forward in getting certified. That is my word for you tonight. Do it.
I love it, Coach Charlene. Thank you so much. And I see powerful. You've been wonderful tonight. And I see some of the others. I see Coach Patria is on, and Coach Sharetta says, yes, you need to be a coach and go through the Living on Purpose Coaching Academy. Thank you, Coach Sharetta. Did I see someone else? I see Kiana. Blessings to you, Kiana. Kiana says, go get it. Go get it. Go get your blessings. I love it. And she also commented on all the hats that you're wearing and congratulating you on those as well, Coach Charlene. Yeah, Alicia is on, and Wanda Smith is on. Blessings to you all. Angela, Coach Angela says, I'm so proud of you, sis. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. It's been an amazing chat here in the coaching corner and having coaching conversations. It's been such an amazing opportunity that I've had to speak to Charlene. We've had a couple other interviews. If you go on my timeline, you'll find those. I've talked to Coach Erica Rabb and Coach Nicole Pertler. And man, we have more to come. I'm going to grab some of these other coaches and we're going to have some conversations too, because they're all doing amazing things in their own right. And that's the one thing that I love about coaching is that it is so versatile that you will see it operating and cropping up in different settings, through different giftings, through different personalities. It is enough room for all of us to get up and get out there and be who it is that God has called us to be. And so, listen, thank you for joining us tonight. Get out there, get that book. Please get a copy. I didn't talk about it. Get a copy of put that book up there again. Naked and Unashamed, y'all. Get a copy of this book. I'm speechless. When I think about this book, I just lose like words because it is so powerful. I could not put it down once I started reading it, and my mouth was open. Like, there's so much freedom. It's not a huge book, but it is power packed. And it is free. Shantae says it's powerful and it's free. It is, Shantae. Go get it. Patria says, I was told today I should be a motivational speaker. Absolutely. Whatever it is, just do it. Be it.
Mm-hmm.
That book, that's what it makes you feel like. Well, you read that book, it makes you feel like, I can be a motivational speaker. I can do anything. I can do anything. If I have outlived my circumstances, I can do whatever it is that God has called me to do. I ain't gonna give away the book, but y'all gotta get it and read it because it's powerful. Coach Charlene, thank you so much for being on tonight, and for sharing so beautifully with our audience who has come into the broadcast. We have some to come in and some to go, but it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing. Thank you so much. Y'all go check her out. She has her personal Facebook page out there. I put the link tree. I put the link tree up there. Let me put it up there one more time before we go. Breaking the Mold is the name of her business. There's her link tree that will take you to her book, her business. It'll take you to her IG. It'll take you to everything. So if you want to get in touch with Coach Charlene Smith, is that the best way? Just to use that link,
Yeah,
Coach
yeah.
Charlene?
Mm-hmm. That's the best way. It has everything on there. It has my book, my IG pages. It has my travel. It has everything on there.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Good. Very good. Well, God bless you, dear. Thank you for coming on with me tonight. I love you so very much. And thank you to all of you who have joined and who have listened in on our conversation. And you just never know who's going to pop up with me next. So keep your ears and your eyes open for another coaching conversation with Master Coach Kimberly. And we will see you next time. Blessings to you all.